everyone, it's Lizzette Martinez here. Guess what? I have a new show, Let's Talk, on the Address the Culture Network.
Addressing the culture, I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture, I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture.
I'm an author. My name is Lizzette Martinez. I wrote Bingo Number 9, How to Survive R.Kelly. My book is available on Amazon and also Barnes & Noble. Check it out. We'll be bringing you great content, exclusive interviews, and a view into my world. Be sure to tune in. Check out my boy, Bigg on Address the Culture.
Brick by brick, you get your boy Bigg Wall.
And your girl Lizzette.
And we are here once again to talk and address the culture in a dope way. We got a special guest tonight with a special message. We on this platform, we have been doing a lot of tackling silence breakers, people who have been standing up for what they believe. You know what I mean, and fighting the machine, so to speak. You know what I mean, and tonight is no different. We got an amazing guest. But before we get into that, I want to know how you been, Miss Lizzette. What's going on with you in your world? How's everything going?
Everything is great. Just been busy with the book still and working, because we got to work around here.
Yeah.
Contrary to what people think, we didn't make money off of that documentary, and so. Yeah. And that wasn't the point of it. So I want people to know that I'm working 9 to 5.
That's a fact. You know what I mean? Not only are you working, you hustling. Your book is doing amazing. You know what I mean? And it just fits the category of what we doing tonight. You know what I mean?
Because, absolutely. Yes. I am so grateful that this guest agreed to sit down with us and really give us his point of view. Yeah. I've known him and his wife for a few years now, and I just think the world of them. They are true parents that truly love their children. I've experienced it firsthand. I want them to know that they have a safe space here and that they can address anything they want to address right here with us. And we love them and we support them, and I'm just beyond grateful.
Yeah. It's one of them things that we've been talking about it, me and you, about how we wanted to utilize this platform, you know what I mean, and use it as a voice for those, to let them know, like you said, it's a safe space and that it's somewhere they can come and express their feelings, because when you come out against certain things, it's not an easy task. You know what I mean? People take things and they run with it and they create their own narratives. You know what I mean? And I know you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
And that's why having Timothy Savage, you know what I mean, tonight coming through. And I know, just being a black man, coming up, I know it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Especially they put you in so many different situations. And this brother stood up. You know what I mean? When it was tough, him and his whole family, they stood up in tough times, standing for what they believed in, and it was amazing. So having him come through, we talk about somebody's fighting for his father, fighting for his family, fighting for his name, fighting for his respect. You know what I mean? It's not an easy situation. So him coming through, telling their story is amazing.
And I have to say one thing about him that I really want to say is that he's very noble.
Yeah.
And very much cares about women who are being hurt, women who are silence breakers, women who feel as though they have nowhere to go. Like, he has always been very supportive of all of us. And, my heart breaks for them, and I can only imagine what they feel, it's just, but I just let him say, just let him come on and say what he wants to say. But I got mad love for the Savage family.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? So we talk about somebody that's standing for what they believe in, going against the machine. We're not going to take no more time. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring him in. We're gonna bring in Timothy Savage to tell his story, and we're gonna chop it up with you. What's going on with you, Tim? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, y'all? Just happy to be on your platform and tell the story the way it need to be told. Absolutely. Instead of a lot of robots out here just trying to put something together and make a profit off something that they're just trying to push the narrative in a whole nother different way. Instead of having a person just say, tell the truth, come out and just share the story. That's the key.
That's right. Share your truth.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And like I said, I want to say this out the gate, brother. I appreciate you. We both appreciate you coming through, giving us your time and your energy, because we know you and your family, y'all been through so much. And the fact that y'all still on the forefront trying to fight for what's right, man, I salute you. You know what I mean? And we're going to chop it up, man. But before we get into all of that, the first thing I want to know, because, contrary to popular belief, people think your life started with certain situations, and it's not. You know what I mean? You had a life before all of this. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I kind of want to talk to that. So, first and foremost, for those who might not know, who is Timothy Savage?
Wow, that's a man that loves his family. A man who would take care of his family, to raise his kids the right way. Of course, me and my wife, we've been dating since high school. So we dated from high school to college, and she went to Tennessee State. I went to a local college in Memphis, and we recently got married back in '93, and we just moved accordingly. Graduated in '93, but then we went got married in '95. I apologize. So, we had a little baby girl named Jocelyn, which everybody know Jocelyn Savage. Then we had another daughter named Jalen. Then we got another daughter named Jory. So all of them named with J's.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, so
that's so sweet.
People just don't know, man. Of course, my wife we always been entrepreneurs, even when we lived in Memphis. We had a barbecue restaurant. Matter of fact, I had 2 restaurants in Memphis. I also had a motorcycle shop called Bad Boy. We was Savage Customs, then we named it Bad Boys Customs. When I had a business partner of mine was on there also, named Chico. And I also worked at a dealership. And also we owned a lace front wig hair store. So we owned multiple businesses at the same time. We were still holding down gigs. So we was trying to get that paper. That's all. Just trying to make a living for me and my family.
Yeah.
Well, I've always known you to be business people and
right.
The misconception. Why don't you speak about the misconceptions and what are the biggest misconceptions that people have about the Savage family?
Man, that's the easiest thing, Lizzette, to come about. We was about money, trying to get money from R.Kelly, and that was the worst thing ever. We never tried to get any money. If you ever seen me go on TV, we wanted to make sure Mr. Rob Sylvester know that we wanted to make sure our daughter was fine, healthy, and okay. That's all, because we know our daughter was 19. But at the end of the day, things just start coming about. People just start coming out. People just start talking. And the couple of women that came out, and I'm very happy for them coming out, like yourself, Lizzette, and other young ladies that came out and spoke truth. But at the end of the day, it was more than just those 20 or 15 women that came out. It's thousands of women that's still in bondage. It's took these 20 women or 15 women to come out and speak their truth. But they open up a door. But I understand why the other women don't want to come out. I understand it's a hard battle to come out and talk about this. And so, I've talked to, I'm not exaggerating, over 80 women, period.
Wow.
That came out. That's no exaggeration. When I say it's hundreds and thousands of women that is in bondage over this. And they call me, they email me and my wife. I'm gonna tell you a story. Jalen, my middle daughter, We had one young lady that was, I think she was in North Carolina. She called us. She worked for the radio station, one of the radio stations in Atlanta, but she was traveling and she didn't know how, she told us about how he put women in rooms without water or without any food. She was, we had so much connection with this young lady, but she didn't have no monies to get back to Georgia. My daughter, Jalen, took it upon herself to go buy this lady a ticket so she could meet with the FBI agent when she got off the bus. Let me tell you, she was so scared to meet with the FBI agent. She didn't meet the young lady, FBI agent, at the bus station in Atlanta. Wow. That's just one story. And, it's not that we put money where it would help the women to come to talk to the authorities so they wouldn't be afraid. But when she got closer to Atlanta, we never heard from the woman again. But she did get on the bus, and the FBI was waiting for her to talk to him. And they never got a chance to talk to her. And they had communication with her too, by the way. So it wasn't just the Savage family. No, they had talked to her. They had said, we'll meet you when you get in Atlanta. And the young lady disappeared.
Wow.
Well, because it's scary.
Yes, very much so.
And, I commend you because since I spoke to you in 2018, right after the BuzzFeed article.
Yes, ma'am.
You reached out to me and I needed that. Right. I needed to feel like people that are involved in this care for me. And that's, right. One thing I got to say about you guys been on the forefront. Like none of this shit would have happened. He would have never been held accountable if it wasn't for Tim and Jocelyn Savage. That's just that's just real talk. So I want to thank you for that.
Lizzette, the thing here again, and people got to understand, and we get to the nuts and bolts of this thing. We're not holding no punches right now. You know, whether it's on my end or the R.Kelly end or whichever way we're rolling. The deal is, here's the deal. The thing is, R.Kelly was a dog at one point. Let's just use a chow, because a chow is a different type of tempered dog. People came to love that dog, which is R.Kelly. They came to love him in a way because of his music. But this man became vicious. He became to a point that he was attacking everything that he saw. And at any point in time, like any dog, even though you may love that animal or you may love this person because of his music or because of what he has done for you, or maybe he bought you a house, or maybe he done something, or maybe he done something for these people that are his fans. But this animal must have been put down because of the fact that he was vicious and he was out attacking everything he could find. And he had acted like he had rabies. And sad to say that we had to put him down because of the fact that he was attacking every woman or kid or whatever, and I'm not saying this to just say that he had sex with women. He was having sex with men. He was having sex with women, kids. And now when people come back and look at this, they're going to say, what you mean? The law has proven that he has done this. This ain't something that's hearsay from Tim Savage. This is 12 jurors convicted him. None of them I knew. None of them you knew. They listened to this and they convicted him on all counts. So that means that we had to put this dog away and put him to sleep. And that's where he's at now, where he need to be.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Let's be clear. He called himself the Pied Piper of R&B.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And if you know the story about the Pied Piper, it's a dark and twisted story. He led the kids away, never to be seen again. You know what I mean? I'm from Chicago. We know the stories about R. Kelly and him being out in front of the high school, so on and so forth. It was a known thing in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Right. So we're not going to sugarcoat nothing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I know this has been a long road for you and your family. So let's kind of talk about that. How did this all begin?
I'm glad you asked that. Let me tell you how this began. We had 2 stores. Remember, I told you I was an entrepreneur always.
Yeah.
We had 2 stores in Georgia named J Savage Collection. If they have never heard of the stores, you can go on J Savage Collection and you can see both stores, physical stores, not something that was on the internet. Physical stores. One was in Buckhead and one was on Old National. Now, he came about, my wife and kids was at the store on Old National. A young lady came in the store that was a regular customer. And she came in and she said, oh, you know, she was getting ready for R.Kelly concert at that time, I assume. It was some concert. Now, she heard my daughter sing. She said, man, I know somebody that can help your daughter move to the next level. Now, let me let you be known, my daughter has been working with multiple artists in Georgia. She had an EP out. We're talking about Jocelyn. She had an EP out. You know, if you never heard one of her songs, it's called Mimosa. You know, she Tone helped wrote that song for her.
So she was an active artist.
Was already
her career.
Yeah. Was already working. She was already working towards her career.
She worked with John Boy on the track, which wrote the Wobble song, and he can confirm that at any time. She did some stuff with Yin Yang Twins when they was on tour, so she had done some stuff with them also. Yeah. So when I say this, she was already working in that area. She didn't really need that. So the young lady came in. She said, hey, I got something. So she introduced me and my family, my girls, and Tone, by the way, to this man called KG Giles. I hope I'm saying his name right. So KG called me. He said, man, I heard you got some girls. And, you know, a friend of mine said, hey, they're pretty good. Because he said, you know, I heard the CD, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, that's fine. I said, yeah, they're awesome, man. I said, when you want to get together and talk? And he said, well, you know, I'm out of town right now. I'm with Frankie Beverly Mays, and I do tours. I'm a tour manager for R.Kelly, but I'm a tour manager for Frankie Beverly Mays. So he was doing tours for different individuals. It wasn't just that he was just working for R.Kelly, by the way. So he came to town. He said, man, Sony would be interested in them, but, you know, they would want somebody with talent to actually be able to write for her or, you know, get a hit for her. Like you've seen him have hits for other young ladies that's out in the music industry. So he came over to the store, and at that time we was physically closing that J Savage store in Old National because of crime. So we was taking the store down. He came over, saw the girls perform. He said, man, that's awesome. He said, I tell you what, let's put something together and I'll hit you back maybe within a month. So within a month, he hit me back. He said, they was having Funk Fest in Georgia. I said, oh, okay. He said, what's the deal? I said, you know, R.Kelly's going to be there. And, you know, I was telling you about Sony. He said, you know, I want to see if you can bring the girls out, you know, to see the concert and see a live concert. You know, and I said, well, that may be, Jocelyn and done that. I said, it may be feasible because of the fact that the concert is a big concert. Matter of fact, 8-Ball MJG, I know one of them. I know MJ, I know 8-Ball. So it wasn't like I didn't know certain people in the industry, which is a great guy, by the way. Got out, went to the concert, met KG at the hotel where he was actually staying at. And I said, yeah, I said, okay, what's up? He said, well, you know, let's go ahead. We running late to the concert. It was probably, you know, concerts last a long time. Yeah. So we got there to the hotel to meet him. It was roughly, I would say about 10:30, somewhere like that, right? And so when they got to the hotel, I said, hey, he said, well, I said, you can go ahead and take the girls. I said, do you have another ticket? You know, just in case I want to go because I want to go with the girls. He said, no, I don't have another ticket. He said, but if I had one, I would, you can go. I said, I tell you what, I stay here at the hotel and I wait till the concert is over. And then, I'll take the girls home. He said, no, don't worry about that. He said, I got you. He said, I said, man, look, let me tell you something, bro. I told him just like this. I said, bro, let me tell you something. These are my girls. take care of him, bro. I said, I promise you need to take care of him. He said, I got you, Savage. I promise you I'm going to take good care of your girls. I shook his hand, put the girls in the van. Jalen and Jory, they went, not Jalen, Jocelyn and Jalen, and they went off. They went to the concert, right? I told the girls to text me, anything fall about. So at that time, the girls were there at the concert. They was backstage. It's multiple artists there, right? So this is a story that I wasn't at that particular concert because I had told you what had happened. So Jalen and Jocelyn, from what Jalen was telling me, that they was walking back to the car because the concert was over with, and they went up into a truck and they came back out, and R.Kelly's, which they didn't know who this guy was, nephew or something, R.Kelly's nephew, which they just thought was a young guy around their age, had gave a number. I think he passed the number to Jalen, not even Jocelyn, and passed the number to Jalen, and Jocelyn grabbed the number. She said, "Oh, who is this? Blah, blah, blah." Guy didn't say no name. He didn't say R.Kelly. He didn't say anything. She made a thought that this young man, which is called R.Kelly's nephew, younger guy, about Jocelyn age, was trying to talk to her. Yeah. So when they get in the car to go to, and if you don't know Georgia, we got a lot of Waffle Houses here. You know? So they end up, KG said, "Did you get the number?" Think about what would just happen right at that moment. They're thinking that this young man is trying to talk to them because the nephew of R. Kelly is around Jocelyn's age. So when they got in the car, KG is gonna tell two young ladies, "Did you get the number?" So how would he know all that before they even got in the car? So you start putting two and two together, and that's what Jalen was telling me. You know, no thoughts about it. So he said that was R. Kelly's, number. So Jalen, Jocelyn had the number. They went to the Waffle House. On the way to the Waffle House, Jalen, she looks a little bit older. Her and Jocelyn look like twins almost. If you ever seen, she's just a little bit shorter. So they went to the Waffle House, and KG was drilling both of the girls, asking them, say, "Hey, how old are you, Jalen? How old are you, Jocelyn?" And Jocelyn told him, said, "Well, I'm 18. I'm going to be turning 19 soon." And Jalen was 15, turned 15. I think she was 15, if I'm not 15 or 14. I'm not for sure. But it was somewhere in that range. And it was kind of odd that KG would ask both of these girls after that situation and ask them their age. So after he found out Jalen's age, then he focused more on Jocelyn. Okay? When they got back to the hotel, KG called me. It was about, after they left Waffle House, it was probably about 4 or 5. I said, "Man, I'm finna come pick my girls up." He said, No, Savage, don't do that. He says, "Look late, the girls real sleepy. I'm just gonna get them a room and they'll be fine." I said, "You sure, brother?" Because I said it's about 30 minutes, 45 minutes away. He said, "No, you're fine. I'll get them a room and they'll be good." And I asked my girls, I said, "Now, if anything pop off, y'all need to let me know. If y'all good." Right. "Oh, Daddy, they hyper. They hot. They, yeah, Daddy, everything's good. Fine. I said, "Okay." So about 7:30, 2 hours later, maybe 2.5 hours later, it was 7:30 in the morning, I was at the hotel. So when I came to pick them up, everything's fine. Talked to KG, he said, "Man, yeah, the girl had a great time. Blah, blah, blah. Everything was cool." Never mentioned this number. Not one time did he mention that my daughter got a number from R. Kelly. It took when Jocelyn got home, and Jada said, "Daddy, did Jocelyn tell you that KG said that was R. Kelly's number?" I said, "Where do you get R. Kelly number from?" I said, this is my exact words. I said, "You need Jocelyn, give that telephone number to your mother so we can address this accordingly." So after that, my wife had the number. R. Kelly called It was probably about, maybe I would say about 3 weeks later, something like that, that we know of, that me and my wife know of. Say, hey, I want to invite you and Jocelyn out on the West Coast where he was having a concert. Well, I said, look, I can't go. My wife and Jocelyn can go because I got a younger daughter here, which is Jordan, who's about 9 or 8. And then I'm still in the process of either closing my store or trying to get things processed on my old national store. So I got a business to run. At the same time, I got an 8-year-old that I got to take care of. I told my wife, I said, you can go with Jocelyn and make sure everything's fine.
Yeah.
And so my wife and Jocelyn went out on the West Coast. Now, these are the misconceptions, things that also, with my wife, they was treated. Cheryl Mack, which is London on the Tracks mom, set up all the arrangements. It was very professional. When she set up all the arrangements, my wife and Jocelyn went out on the West Coast. They went into the concert, they sit at the concert, they went backstage, and it took a while, from my knowledge, because I wasn't there, it took a while for him to come back to, because she said the room was very hot. He liked the room very warm. So some other people's back there. Not one time, and this is something I've heard on YouTube, not one time did my wife leave my daughter's side.
Talk your shit. That's right.
Not one time.
That's right.
My wife, let me repeat that. Not one time did my wife ever leave Jocelyn's side.
Yeah.
Hello.
So here we go. We got people saying that my wife left Jocelyn for 2 hours. Well, she went ahead and stayed in the room, and Jocelyn left, and she stayed back there with R.Kelly for 2 hours by herself, my wife and R.Kelly. Are you seriously stupid?
Yeah.
When my wife got back to Atlanta, she told me everything that's going on. She said, R.Kelly, by the way, she tried to call me and put me on 3-way. For some reason, it's time different, time change. I'm asleep. So she called me the next morning. I asked her, I said, what do you have on? She said, you said what she was going to have on, black and white. I said, these are my exact words. I said, did you pray with him like I asked you to? She said, no, I didn't. I said, because he needs prayer. I said, did you pray with him? I said, as a family, me and my family always prayed together. You know, I'm not the perfect man in the world, but Jesus Christ is my Savior, and I stand by that.
Tim, let's pause it right there, man, because that's very that's rang in my head.
This is a lot to unpack.
Why did
this
you
is
feel?
A lot to unpack.
Yes, it is, and that just gave me chill bumps.
And thank you,
because it's real.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. Why did you feel that he needed prayer? Like, and why did you want to do that?
You know,
want your wife to do that?
I felt that people have been messing this man over for a long time.
So you was So you was actually at one point defending him, like feeling like
he wasn't defending him. I think
no. Let me know. Let me
more of an empathetic. You were
like before, like feeling like the people had been railroading them or treating them a certain type of way.
I felt from what the conversation was had when he talked to my wife and he wanted to invite them out. And I told Cheryl Mack, you know, I had for thanking them for inviting them out, I had sent them a gift. I sent him a gift.
Wow.
He said, nobody's never done that for me before. Nobody.
Wow.
So it wasn't the fact of somebody paying me. I sent him a gift.
Right.
He said, nobody. When he said nobody's never, ever done that for me before, that lets me know that people are using him.
Wow.
And so I told my wife when she got in California that she need to pray with him, because everybody needs prayer for guidance. You know, whether you believe in Jesus Christ or whether you believe in Allah, whether you believe whatever, you have to have whatever God you worship, you have to have some type of structure of prayer, so guidance. So when I asked her what he had on, and she told me that he had all black and white, the next question was, and I told her before she left, I said, make sure you pray with him. Before she even took the trip, I said, make sure, I said, he's gonna have on all black and white. I said, you make sure that you pray with him when you get there. and for guidance. And she said she didn't do it. And I was furious that she didn't do it, because you got to be obedient to the word. So I said, it's okay. I said, if that's something you didn't want to do, that's fine. I said, so tell me what has happened.
Well, so look, what we gonna do.
Okay.
We're gonna take us a little break. You know what I mean?
No worries.
We're gonna take us a little commercial break.
I got a lot of questions.
With this powerful story from Timothy Savage, telling how his family got involved in this situation and how they made it through.
Straight facts from Timothy's mouth.
Absolutely.
No third parties, no wannabe YouTubers.
Absolutely.
This is the straight truth right here. We dropping bombs right here.
Absolutely.
Timothy's dropping the freaking things I never even knew. I'm just like totally shocked.
Yeah. Raw and uncut. You already know. And
I'm going to keep it straight laced with you. I promise.
Yeah.
Please do. I love it.
Yeah. Whether they like it or not, I'm going to keep it straight laced.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the energy we like. And we'll be right back with Let's Talk with Timothy Savage right after these commercial breaks.
Tune in, man.
We are back. We are back from break with such a powerful story with the one and only Timothy Savage, giving us the first account of what transpired with his family. Now, before we left, you was telling us, Tim, about how you wanted your wife to pray with him, and you knew he was going to wear black and white. Could you pick up the story from where we left off?
Yeah, that's, I had asked my wife, what was he wearing? Because before she even went, God gave me a revelation that he was going to have on black and white. I don't know if he was going to have on black and white or not, far as on that, but God gave me the revelation. I said, if he have on black and white, you need to pray with him. And she said, yeah, he had on black and white. I said, did you pray with him? She said, no. And I was like, man, I was furious, because we have to be obedient to the word sometimes, because God could have been trying to help. God come in different ways and different forms to try to help somebody. Just don't know how, but most of the time he comes in those ways. So they flew back, and they came home. And when they got back to the house, he said, Robert wanted to make a meeting with you and Jocelyn. Let me tell you, that meeting never existed. Not at all. So I told Jocelyn, I said, you need to leave this alone. So you need to focus on going to college, because she was out of high school. She was on her way to college. I said, you worked at the store over the summer. You need to go ahead and get ready to prepare to go to college. So that's what the plans were. So I asked her what colleges she wanted to go to. She said she wanted to go to Georgia, University of Georgia, or she wanted to go to Georgia Gwinnett. But she had a friend that was at Georgia, University of Georgia. Now, lo and behold, Me and my wife was at the house because we didn't close that particular store down. So we got all this stuff in our garage. So we got clothes and all that stuff. So I'm in the garage doing a garage sale because we need to get rid of some of these clothes that we have. You know, we had over maybe $60,000-$70,000 worth of clothes that was from the store. So we throw the garage sale at the house to move some of the product, you know, get it out the way. And Jocelyn would say, Daddy, I want to go to, you know, University of Georgia. Well, she had a friend up there that when we lived downtown, Atlanta, that was going there. So I said, okay. I said, how you going to get there? Because Athens is kind of far. She said, well, I'm going to ride the bus because the bus goes that direction. I said, ride the bus?
Yeah.
I said, girl. I said, but I talked to her friend, and friends going to cover for one another, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jocelyn's going to come up here. And, you know, we just going to go to some games, get her used to college because they went to high school together. So I said, okay, all right, Jocelyn, you can go. But I said, when you get there, make sure you take a picture of the dorm room, and I need to see that you there. Yeah. Just any parent going to say that, right?
Yeah.
So she took a picture. Man, I don't know if she pre-took this picture or whatever, but she took a picture showing us that she was at the dorm with a friend up in Athens. So, lo and behold, what she really was, and let me tell you what she really was. She was in somewhere in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. I may have the city wrong, but I think it was in Ohio. And she was at one of his concerts.
Wow.
And she didn't go to the concert. She stayed in a hotel because he actually flew her to that hotel. We're thinking she's in college up there with her friend, and she's up there at his show, right? Yeah. Now, her producer, which Tone, knew all of this. You know, so he didn't tell me, but he knew all this because Jocelyn was still interested in music. Yeah. And she felt not telling me about it and telling Tone, because I had told her, you know, after that meeting didn't occur with, you know, with Sony and him, I told him, leave this alone and just go to college.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, she didn't got with Tone and some of the other people that was around Tone that write music and so what. These people know, and they took her to the airport. She went to the airport, got in the hotel room. Now, he's in the hotel room after his concert, goes upstairs. Somehow, security had been watching this. So they was like questioning him. Why is he going up to this room where this young lady was? Because Jocelyn still looked
very young.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So obviously they asked her, I think they asked her for an ID, and I come to find this out through Tone now, after later years, right?
Yeah.
Asked her for her ID, and of course she was more than 18 years of age. She was 19. Okay. So, you know, he was like, why they questioning me, blah, blah, blah. He asking her that. You got this room for this young lady, but you questioning. Yeah. So something obviously had transferred that they was, you know, they were just trying to find out what was going on. Obviously, they found it where her age was, and they left, right? So he went in the room, and she was like, yeah, you know, my CD, and, you know, I've been working with so-and-so artists and done this and done that. He was like, yeah, you know, I understand.
Yeah.
But he, you know, and then he said, nah, you know, I need to see if you have the shape for this. And she said, what you mean have the shape for this? Well, I need to see, you know, if you can just put your panties and your bra on and walk and see what you're looking like.
Wow.
So she said, well, what that's gonna do? She said, you know, when you're on stage, you gotta perform and people like to see your shape. So let me see what you're looking like. Take off your clothes and just leave your panties and your top part on, right? So she walked in the hotel room, and I can't tell you how big the hotel room was, but she walked in the hotel room And when she turned back around, this dude was naked. Now, I don't know how in the world this man have somebody walk and then he turn around and take his clothes off. He must be
That's
like
Robert.
So as she was like, no, I'm not here for that. I'm just here, to promote my music, blah, this and that, right?
Yeah.
So he ended up pushed her on the bed and forced her legs open. When I say forced, because she still was not doing this. You follow me?
Following.
So he had oral sex with her. And after he had oral sex with her, he enforced himself on her. Now, she didn't want this, first of all. She was there for the music. Her parents didn't know she was there. The producers know that she was there. So she caught a plane back the next day. When she caught the plane back the next day, guess what? Tone was there to pick her up. She was so hysterical. She told Tone everything that happened and she was crying. She didn't know if she needed to tell her daddy. She didn't know what to do. Wow. And Tone told her, we don't need to tell you, Dad. We just need to, keep this on the wraps. You follow me?
Yeah.
The producer told her this. Just keep this on the wraps. She's paranoid at this point because she just been raped, basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Ain't no basically. I mean,
she's just been raped.
Yeah. She was raped.
Yeah.
Right. So she comes back to the house. So I'm coming to put two and two together. When she came back to the house, she's staying locked in her room.
Her whole demeanor changed. Her whole
demeanor has changed.
Yeah.
I've come to realize this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jocelyn. I go to her room because our room was here and her room was right next to our room. So I would say, Jocelyn, you need to get up out the bed. She got the covers over her head. Jocelyn, you need to do this. She still won't move.
Yeah.
Jocelyn, what's wrong? I said, I'll check on you later. I got to go to work.
Yeah.
So it comes down to it. He didn't call her. Hey, I'm just checking on you. Everything all right? You probably heard the recording. Because I got a copy of the recording.
I heard it.
Because she was so paranoid. She asked Tone to record every conversation that they had when she got on the phone with R.Kelly. Because she was paranoid. She was afraid. She was afraid of it. So Tone was recording the conversations of Jocelyn while they was on the phone. So these are the things what he was saying. One of the things said, you see where the cum come out of my penis and shot to the roof?
Wow.
What?
Yeah, that's on recording from Tone, Jocelyn, and R.Kelly. Now, let's get to that recording. How I come to find out about that recording. Me and my wife at the house watching TV. I'm on one side of the couch, she on the other side of the couch. And I'm sitting just like I'm sitting right now, looking at the TV. I hear a phone ring. Hello? Oh, Mr. Savage, I need to talk to you. I said, what do you need to talk to me about, son? I said, it's about some music or Jocelyn need doing music or something? Or what y'all got going on? No, it's more serious than that. It's about Jocelyn. I said, I'm on my way. He ain't tell me nothing else. That's all he told me. I told my wife, she was sitting over there. I said, hey, baby, I'll be right back. I'm finna go talk to Tone about something. I ain't tell her what it was because it seemed like it was urgent. And I ain't want to scare my wife.
Yeah.
So I got over to Tone's house. Tone, Millie, another young lady, Tone's mother. So I was sitting at the table when they answered the door. I said, man, tell me what's going on. I said, why all y'all got me here and something is going on my door? Tell me, talk to me. They wanted me to sign a paper to say that I wouldn't share this information with nobody else. Man, I hear you sign the paper. I don't give a fuck what's going on. Right. I need to find out what's going on my door. I said, all right, there you go, the signature.
Damn right.
So tell me what's going on. They popped out a recorder And that was the recording that I heard. And I said, I don't want to hear no more of this shit. I said, where the fuck my daughter at, man? And they was like, man, your daughter's out of town with Rob. I said, Robert. I said, how long y'all been knowing about this and didn't tell me about this, son? I said, this is some bullshit right here.
Yeah.
I said, so when is she supposed to be back? She said, she's going to be back tonight. I said, okay. I went home, talked to my wife. I said, I need to take you out to eat. I said, we need to talk. I'm going to TG Fridays. And we went to Fridays. And my wife was like, what's wrong? Everything all right? You know, you seem kind of disturbed. Man, she didn't know what to expect was going to come out my mouth, to be honest with you. And I told her, I said, hey, your daughter's messing around with R.Kelly. Boy, she damn near act a fool in the restaurant.
Oh, man, I can imagine.
Man, and then I told her that what was on the tape, oh, man, she wanted to go up there and cut this head, bro. She was upset. I told her, I said, you got to calm down.
Yeah.
I said, you got to remember, all this, even though we've heard Jocelyn and Tone and R.Kelly all on tape, I said, we have not talked to Jocelyn yet. I said, let's get Jocelyn back at this house so we can have this conversation that we need to have. So finally, Jocelyn comes in the house. I said, we need to talk. Dad, what you mean? I said, where you been? Where you at? Where you been going? I've been going to Georgia. I said, I don't hear that shit. You ain't been going to goddamn Georgia State. You ain't been going up there. You ain't been going. I already know that you ain't been going up there. I said, so you need to tell me what the fuck you been.
Facts.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
And so she was like, Dad, I don't. I said, fuck that. Just tell me where you been.
Yeah.
Just like that. And so she told me, and I was furious with her, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Furious.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
So you know what? You know what amazes me? Like, what amazes me is that such great parents, so involved, so vigilant, and he still infiltrated this young woman who wanted a career in music.
Absolutely.
Which just makes me feel like, what chance does a girl who does not have a family like this, like does not have a father who is, you know, on her like white on rice, who wants to know absolutely everything that's going on?
Don't stand a chance.
What chance? They don't stand a chance again. This person is a predator.
Yeah,
and the amount of people that have covered up. I mean, who is this Tone person?
Tone is one of the people he was on a documentary.
That's the second one?
Yeah. He stated what happened on the documentary. Him
the
and Millie,
two guys that were sitting there. The two guys?
They said if Mr. Savage knew what was going on, that would have never happened. Because I did not know.
That's right.
They knew, but I didn't know. When I found out, all hell broke loose.
There was a lot of help, you know, not only from the Tone.
You know, the number.
Who was the guy with the number?
It takes me back to my life when I was a 17 with the little number, with the friend coming over. It's like the story has never changed.
Right.
It's the same story.
Yeah.
It's the same exact story. And I am just, this is a lot to unpack because you and I have spoken, but this is the first time I'm hearing like the full account.
Absolutely.
And I am so sorry. I am so sorry. You know, Tim, fast forward to the trial. What did that look like for you and the family? Because I know what it looked like for me, but what were you going through? What were you feeling? Were you in New York? Well,
when the trial first started, you know, everybody was like, are you going? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? And I you know, I've come to support the victims. I come to support Faye. I come to support you, Lizzette. I come to support the victims. I want to be that parent to say, I'm here for them. If they're brave enough to put their neck out on the line to say, see, people got it all twisted. You guys didn't have to come forth.
Thank you.
You came forth to save women. You came forth to save people. Like I said, it was not just the 16 to 20 people that came on them Lifetime documentary shows. Them wasn't the only people. It's thousands of women out here that are victims today.
And you know why they not coming out, Tim? Because they see how everybody treating the ones that did.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Like why would they come out? You know what I mean? Like
they don't want to live my life.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's not easy, and it further lets me know, you know what I mean, that they're coming out and it's so powerful because they're not gaining nothing from this. You know what I'm saying? But speaking their truth. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, man. And that's just something that I don't think people even care about. You know what I mean? Nobody cares about the truth when the lie's more entertaining. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunately the society that we live in. You know what I mean? What would you say, just from a father standpoint, Tim? Because let's be clear, it's not a lot of fathers in the household. You know what I mean? And you raise your daughters, you and your wife, on a family front. Just from a father standpoint, what would you say to other fathers that's in this position, or have a situation like this? What advice would you give? Because men, we prideful. You know what I mean? And you've experienced something that a lot of men. I've been in barbershop, man. I'd have killed that. I'd have did. You know the conversation.
Let me tell you about that instant right there. A lot of people tell you, I would have went and I would have killed them. I would have done this. I would have done that. I would have done the same thing. But obviously, my wife talked to me and said, you got me, you got Jory, and you got Jalen to think about. If you go kill him, we stuck out in the cold.
Yeah.
So we have to find another way of bringing a predator down.
Absolutely.
And you have to find a way. It's with your mouth and with facts. I didn't say truth. I said facts.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens in the courtroom. You show facts. They don't want to hear no coulda, woulda, woulda, or whatever. They want to hear the facts. Every victim that went to that courtroom, they presented facts. Wasn't questionable.
And all of the ones that were included in the indictment, like myself.
Absolutely.
We had to present facts.
Right.
You're not an indictment. You're not on the stand unless the government knows that it's the truth.
Absolutely. They got me and my wife's cell phones. Took them. We had to sign paperwork. FBI.
That's right.
And they took our phones and tore them completely apart. Research every number that was calling. Research every text. All that. And then brought our phones back.
That's right.
Yeah.
These
are the things that people don't know.
They don't know. And that's why it's so important for you to come here and tell, because you're still living it. You and Jocelyn are still living it. We got out. We're out of it. We're out. We're still living with the residual effects, the side effects. However, you haven't spoken to your daughter in how long, Tim?
Well, let me tell you this. Let's do this rundown. 2016, when the actual we did a video by mistake. The video didn't even really supposed to come out, but it came out, and we tried to talk to Jocelyn, and that was in December of 2016. Then when we found out she was in college, we were trying to talk to her, and that was the last time I seen her in December 2016. Then I turned around and seen her again when her and As, and I say As, I don't even want to say As full name because she's a victim. To say her and As got into it, and it was on TMZ, and me and my wife caught a flight. Not only did me and my wife caught a flight up there to Chicago for her court appearance, me, Jocelyn, Jalen's boyfriend, her grandmother that's passed right now, her uncle, all us up here trying to talk to her. And let me tell you, the actual attorney that was representing her, that is Rob's attorney, was blocking everything you can imagine. And not only that, the reason why people didn't see me out there when Jocelyn and Jalen and Jory was out there, because one of the people that was filming, which was Shabazz, me and him got into it.
We're talking about when the girls were on the live in Instagram and they were having a fight.
Right.
Right. Okay.
And it was at the courthouse.
In his apartment, in his
at the Trump Towers, right?
Right.
Right. But when I was at the courthouse, the reason why you didn't see me when Jalen, it was on TMZ, Jalen, Jocelyn, and Jory, because Shabazz, me and him got to arguing, and we was almost about to get the fight. I didn't even know who the guy was. The guy came, stood right in front of me like he was one of R.Kelly people.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, man, let me tell you something, brother. I said, you got one option only, to move. I said, if you don't move, I'm going to make you move.
Yeah.
Period. I said, because what's coming through that door, I need to see. And that's my daughter. So, and he ended up moving out the way. Then he started want to talk, and we was almost to be tussling in the actual courtroom downstairs. We didn't. Jocelyn was out there trying to chase Jocelyn down. And when she went out there, the actual lawyer was controlling the whole scene. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we finally found out who Shabazz was. And I talked to Shabazz, and we went from a direction there because I was trying to find out why in the world you in front of me trying to stop me from seeing my daughter.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know? So we had a very deep conversation because I don't need to be talking to you. I don't want to be on your movie. I want to talk and see my daughter at the end of the day. That's my concern. And that was everybody concerned that was there. Her grandmother, which is now deceased, that tried to see her and asked her granddaughter, you know I'm sick. Why are you putting me through all this?
Wow.
Asked the grandmother in the bathroom.
This just shows you the type of hold that he has on young women and how serious it is. You know what I mean? It's just
because he's incarcerated and you still have a
and he's still controlling her.
He still controlled them from that point. He used to have Az and Jocelyn go to the jail at a certain time, because that's how Jocelyn got arrested, because Az told her where she would be at that time. And lo and behold, when they came get Jocelyn in Chicago, she was at that place at that certain time, right there where Robert wanted her to be at, because he would flash lights to let them know if they don't come, then they're going to have a problem at the MCC.
What?
I got that on tape.
What?
Because Jalen and Jocelyn, because he didn't know Jocelyn was locked up. So Jalen and Jocelyn went there at the exact same time. And lo and behold, you can see a flashing back and forth.
From the jail?
From the prison?
From the jail. He thought that Jocelyn and Jalen was them.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So I have that on tape. For anybody want to dispute that or whatever, have it on tape.
Wow. We
talking
about facts. We talking about facts, not no hearsay.
I ain't talking about hearsay.
Yeah.
I'm talking about facts.
I'm with you, Tim.
Black and white.
I'm with you.
You know, I wanted to know how your other daughters, how do they feel? How do they deal with not seeing their sister that they adore so much? And you know, how do you see them? Are they hurt? I'm sure they are, but do they express themselves?
Let me tell you a little bit about Jalen. Let's start with her, because she was the closest person to Jocelyn, besides my wife. But she was the closest person to Jocelyn. And Jalen cried. Jalen has done everything she can imagine. She wants to see her big sister. She loves her. And, you know, I don't want to never, ever in my life. If she don't want to talk to me, I'm fine. You know, but for her not to spend time with Jalen and Jory, they're her sisters that loves her unconditionally, even though I do too, but it's just the fact of a sister's bond, you know, and that's something that she can't get back. Jalen, Jory is the same way. She loves Jocelyn. You imagine a 9-year-old, which was 8 or 9 at the time. Now she's going on 15.
Wow.
To be almost in from elementary to high school, you know, it's a big difference. It's a big gap, you know. And at the end of the day, Jocelyn got to. This is my question, and I hope Jocelyn sees this. This is my question, Jocelyn. You have a younger sister that was 8 years old, and now at the age of entering high school. How are you gonna 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, maybe 20 years from now, how are you gonna feel that relationship? Because time doesn't change. You're gonna have to find a way to feel that bond with her because you missed out on a lot. You let a predator let you miss out on a lot of your family's life, and you can't get back. My suggestions were for you to find a way to reach your younger sister and your middle sister and build some type of relationship with them. Whether you want to build a relationship with me or not, my suggestion would be to build a relationship with them because they love you unconditionally. I do too. But at the end of the day, you need to have a relationship with your sisters.
You know, that breaks my heart. You know what breaks my heart, Tim, when you just said, because I know it's not true. Your true feelings is when you said she doesn't want to have a relationship with me. That's fine.
Yeah.
I have to tell you that being a person that was abused by not only Robert, but also my kid's father, and being with narcissistic men and these controlling people, she's completely lost herself.
And you know what? Lizzette, you're right.
She's not the same person. She is completely brainwashed to believe that he is the only person that loves her.
And let's spill that story with Don Russell, by the way, since he want to put out a tape. Don Russell called me, and I called Don Russell back. I was furious, upset. My family's been through shit in hellhole. I just recently lost my father. All this. And you want to call me about a predator and how to take something off Lifetime or change something off Lifetime. You want to call me about a predator in my weakest moments and ask me, what do you feel about your daughter? What do you feel about it? Yeah, I'm right. I'm very upset. That's the reason why I said he can marry if he wanted to. I said that out of anger. Not out of love, but out of anger.
Out of anger.
So people can take that and twist it or whatever they want to do with it. But at the end of the day, I do love my daughter.
You're hurt too, Tim.
Right. I was hurt.
I was
hurt.
I know that.
And that's what these enablers does.
You're human.
And twist it.
You human. Y'all done been through so much trauma. Mm-hmm. Like this is not something that's easy to
trauma.
Do, bro. At some point, come on, man. Like it's funny that Lizzette touched on that. Like, but I get it because I'm a father myself. So when you say even if she don't want to reach out to me, man, talk to your sisters, talk to your mama. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's you just trying to put up that barrier, but it's killing you just as much as it. Come on, bro. Like you ain't even got to tell me, man. That's your daughter, bro.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
Man, come on, man. I get it. And I feel that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a tough situation, bro. And I want to ask you this, man, because I've asked Lizzette this, I've asked Kitty this, Jones as well.
Okay.
And I want to get. They both have had different viewpoints, and I want to get your perspective on this.
Okay.
R.Kelly had a long run. I mean, when we talk about decades, 30 years?
Yeah.
30 years he's been doing this to young women. In your opinion, why do you think he got away with it for so long?
People just didn't want to come forward. You know, you had nobody want to hold this man accountable. And, you know, me and my wife, my kids, a pastor friend of mine, another young lady, I don't like to mention victim's name, another young lady, and her male friend stood in front of his house. In front of, I'm gonna tell you, it was at least 60 to 70 cameras. And these cameras just wasn't in the United States. This was video around the world. And do you know how hard it is to tell somebody that you've been victimized, your kids been victimized, you got victims in front of you, and then they're gonna ask you certain other questions? That's hard.
Wow.
You know, so it took a lot out of me and my wife. We have been, after that day, let me tell you a little bit after that day. After that day, I did call Angelo Clary. He was supposed to be in there, but he couldn't make it. I called, who else? I called somebody else, and I can't think of who it was, but I called certain people. Jim.
Jim Regattas?
Yes, Jim Regattas. Called him. And let me tell you, I had got so much hate mail on Instagram. It was unbelievable. But let me tell you, the fight, and I always say this was war. The war was not easy because war is not fair. But after day after day, month after month, year after year, the pattern had changed because the facts was coming out. And like I told them on that day, I said, you will see the facts come out. You will see the truth come out on this man. And after that, we eventually got to a point where that BuzzFeed article came out. And when that BuzzFeed article came out, the facts came out, and then Lifetime came out and pointed another picture of what was going on, everything changed.
So why don't you touch on that? Because a lot of people have this, not a lot of people, but you know, these the Beehive, they like to say that we all knew each other and we concocted this
that's
story.
Not true. That's definitely not true.
Speak on that, Tim.
I didn't know Lizzette from a can of worms.
No.
Until her story came out. I felt it that I need to call her. And I don't know if I was the first person to call.
You were.
I wanted to reach out to this young lady because I felt that she needed somebody to talk to. I felt that she had been hurt by this predator.
Yeah.
And she was telling her story.
Sounds like you've been doing that a lot, Tim.
He does.
I couldn't hear what you say.
I said, sound like you've been doing that a lot throughout this whole process, man.
Yes, I'm telling you, man. Listen, these Sharon Wimbush, all these people, they're crazy, bro. I don't understand what their logic is. Yeah. My thing is this. It's thousands of women that has been hurt by this man. And I'm telling you, my wife has talked to hundreds of women. And I don't understand why people still supporting this man today. Still supporting him today. You know, we was the first family to do a protest at his concert. It was right here in Atlanta. The first. Yeah. With mute R.Kelly. We was the first to set that up. It'd be the first family to do that. Because you know what? Whether it was in Atlanta, whether it was in Florida, whether it was in Memphis, wherever it was, we was the first because we were wanting to stop this behavior. This is a behavior.
That's right. This makes me cry because you guys really were and still are fighting for not only your daughter, but for everyone else that's been hurt.
Absolutely.
And it's just so noble of you. And like, you know what you guys mean to me, but it's like you said, when you called me, I really did need someone to talk to that understood where I was coming from and what happened to me and who believed me.
Right.
So I just want to
talk to.
Thank you.
She talked to Lisa Van Allen. She talked to Kitty Jones. All these are victims, man. She talked to all of them. She found Kitty on I think on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
You know, she wouldn't stop, bro. Let me tell you a little bit about the financial side of this situation. For at least 3 years, me and my wife did not work. We took every penny we had and put in this. When I say every penny that we had, And I'm gonna tell you, we stayed up day and night trying to help women. Lord behold, we didn't know that all this was gonna blow up the way it blew up. But we stayed day and night trying to contact people who has had this problem. We got on every radio show, every TV show we can imagine, so we can get this out, so we can stop this predator.
Mm-hmm. Period.
And that's crazy, because you know the narrative is that you using this to get rich, and the truth is you actually use your own money that you work for with your multiple business and put it into this
every
to
dime
save lives. Yeah.
Every dime I spent, every dime.
Yeah.
Every dime. You hear me?
Yeah. Say it louder, Tim. But for the people in the back who didn't hear you, Tim, say it a little louder, bro.
Every dime we had for 3 years, we did not work. For 3 years, we spent every dime we had to put on this fight. And you know today, my wife doesn't work. I'm a 6-figure man today.
Amen.
I'm a 6-figure man today. So at the end of the day, we had to do whatever we had to do to make sure we could save other women. That was the key. It was nothing more than that. Now people can change the narrative, put whatever they want, a sauce they want to put up on it, behind it, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
I know my motives. The FBI knew my motives, because they actually questioned us right in front of my attorney's office and our house also.
Yeah.
People don't have a clue. Yeah. They just want to change the narrative so it can make it whatever they want to make it. We sold our daughter. How in the world can you sell a 19-year-old young lady in college? How? I want to figure it out so I can stop whoever is doing that, selling their kids, because that's gonna be another mission.
Yeah.
That's right.
I want to know who's selling their kids out here, because I take it to heart when a kid is innocent. How can you sell a child and get away with it? If you're getting away with something like that, I want to know who you are so I can put you in jail.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I appreciate you speaking on that, because that is the narrative. You know what I mean? And it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You and your family didn't gain anything from this.
Nothing.
This is not something that you attached to your family name. You know what I mean?
Right. Not at all.
Not at all. Like, and that's what I don't understand. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something. My mother, birth mother, got on, and I don't know if y'all ever seen this. It was on YouTube. My birth mother got on here and cried and wanted to ask Jocelyn, I need to see you, baby. I want to talk to you. Your grandmama love you. You know, and for people to put this narrative out here that I sold my child, how you think that affect my parents? How you think that affect my relatives? But they know my character.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the reason why people are getting sued. That's the reason why Carla B won her fight, because people can't put these fake narratives out here.
No.
You want somebody to come on your show? Come on, let them come on there and tell the truth, like y'all doing right now. Let the people talk. But don't put out a fake narrative just because you can get a little bit of money, a little bit of clicks.
Little clickbait. Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna get a couple dollars off trying to ruin somebody's name. Shame on you, whoever doing that. Shame on you. You should be the one underneath the jail. You should be the one. You're the one that's selling your soul. Shame on you.
Tim, I have a question for you. You're a God-fearing man.
Yes, ma'am.
And you did say at the beginning of the interview of our conversation that you wanted to pray for him.
Yes.
Do you still think that that's the case, that he needs prayer, that he needs rehabilitation? What are your thoughts on him, and what are your thoughts on this on sentencing coming up, and what does justice look like for you and the family? And
well, let me tell you something, Lizzette. I still pray for him daily.
Wow.
I still pray for him. Because I'm a man that serves Jesus Christ. I'm a man that believes that your enemy, you still have to pray for him. I didn't say I liked him.
No, right.
But I said I would pray for him because he needs prayer. He needs to have his mind to when he get ready to go home with the Lord, he be right. Because one day he's going to leave. We all got to leave.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we got to have our mind right. So I think that whatever he gets, that's what the cookies crumbles. But at the end of the day, I still will pray for him and hopefully he come to know Jesus Christ and he can move forward in a better life than where he's at right now.
That's why I admire you so much.
Yeah.
Because that's something so huge to say. You know? Yeah. It just shows your heart.
It's selfless.
I don't have hatred towards the man. I dislike what he did to women. I dislike what he did to my daughter. But I can't have hatred. Because hatred is gonna hurt me too.
That's right.
So I have to make sure that I move forward in a positive light.
That's the thing. I caught a lot of flack when I said what I said in the second documentary, that I would always love the good part of him. And I caught a lot of flack for that. And,
right.
Maybe
I'm telling the truth.
I was telling the truth in the fact that I felt like he was a really sick, wounded individual.
Right.
I had to move on from it and say, okay, I have to move on from this. This happened to me. I'm trying to help others. But I have a lot of anger sitting here right now with him because of this situation and the other women that he's hurt, like your daughter.
Absolutely.
Like it's not okay with me. I'm very angry with him about it.
And he's continuing to hurt.
Right.
Continue. You know what I mean?
His enablers, Lizzette. That's all. I mean, even what happened in New York, people, bomb threats, all type of stuff. It's enablers. That's the key. We got to keep. When that trial comes up, the enablers need to go to jail too.
Absolutely. I didn't understand how they got all away with it in New York.
Right. They need to be put behind bars as well. I don't care if they serve 1 day or they serve 10 years or 20 years. They need to be held accountable for what they did.
Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely.
You're doing the most. And that's the most important thing. They're doing the most. And they need to stop and think about who they are doing it to. Victims.
Is there anything you want to say to your daughter?
Yeah. One thing I want to say to my daughter, I love you. But I really do want to have a relationship with you one day. My wife wants to have a relationship with you one day. And your sisters would love to have a relationship with you. Especially your grandmother. She asks about you all the time. She asks, have I heard from you? She asked, have I even talked to you? And it hurts me to tell my mother that she may not get a chance to see her granddaughter because she have already had 2 relatives, her granddaddy and her nana, which is my wife's mother, passed. And it hurts me not for her to at least get a chance to see her grandmother before something else happened to one of them. So I love you, but I think it's time. If you need some type of help, if you need anything from me, I want to be here with open arms. We don't have to talk about R.Kelly. We don't have to talk about none of this. Only thing I want to do is to make sure that I get whatever help you need, whatever things you need, and we can be a loving family and just love each other. That's the only thing. You don't have to do no TV shows. You don't have to do nothing. I just want you to be safe, and I want you to be able to love your family like you're supposed to. I love you.
Amen.
Wow.
And we're asking all the prayer warriors out there to continue to pray for that to happen, because I believe that it will happen. I believe your daughter will come home to you and your wife and your daughters, and I've been praying for her since day one. You know, like you said, I didn't have to come out. I came out for Joy and Azriel. Like that's it, period. And I think about her all the time, and I think about you guys all the time because I can't imagine the pain that you know, you're so strong, but then again, you're vulnerable, you know, and
and the reason why we're vulnerable because she's not here.
Right.
And that's the reason why you don't see us talk as much. That's the reason why you don't see us get on YouTube as much. That's the reason why when the trial came out, you didn't see us going out on TV or doing anything because, hey, I want the victims to be able to tell their story. But my most important of all, I want to lay back and want my daughter to come home and have a relationship with her family.
Because at this point, the trial is not even giving you guys closure because you still don't have your daughter. That's the end goal for you and your family.
Absolutely.
That's the bitter. I think that's like must be bittersweet for you, Tim, because you have fought so much since the beginning for everyone. But then again, it's like he doesn't have his daughter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
he even got a conviction. You know what I mean?
Got a conviction.
And you still don't have your daughter, brother.
And let me tell you something. I'm glad both of y'all said that, Lizzette and Will. I would do it all over again. I wouldn't change a thing. You know the reason why? Because we, as a Savage family, hadn't stopped this man. He would have that next young lady in his hotel room walking with her bra and panties on and actually molesting them or raping them.
And raping them.
Yeah.
Raping us, because I was raped too.
Absolutely. So he would do that not once, not twice. He would do it with multiple women, men, girls, boys, whatever it may be. He would molest them. And that's the problem. We had to put a dog down. And that means by putting them and locking them in a cage forever so he can be able to be healed. That's the key here. Not just locking and throwing away the key. Put him in the cage and have some type of mental evaluation with him so he can be healed. You know?
Absolutely.
The first step is to being healed is admitting your flaws, though.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Admitting is the first step.
Admitting is the first step, and I have yet to hear him admit any wrongdoing.
He's not gonna do that. You know the reason why? It's one reason why. His enablers. They have caused this. They allowed him to do this. They said, yes, Robert, whatever you want, Robert. Yes.
They gaslighted him.
Yes. Because they said me and my family was about money, right? Think about what just expired right here. They said, yes, Robert. Robert was giving them money. And you think about it. Who's really was taking Robert's money? That's the reason why I want to continue to pray for him. Because at the end of the day, these are the same people Robert was doing stuff for, paying the house note, whatever they was doing. And these are the people that was saying, yes, Robert, I do whatever you want me to go to the store. You want me to get this? You want me to do that? You want me to get this girl? You want me to go to McDonald's? Want me to pass this note? Want me to pass this number? These are the women that they was out doing. They was out doing his bidding. So they're just as guilty as he is.
Absolutely. I agree with you 1,000% on that.
Just
and it's years of enablers.
Yes.
I mean, even the record label was an enabler.
Yes. 100%.
They knew exactly what was going on from the beginning.
Yes, and they turned a blind eye.
Exactly.
To all these young ladies and these young boys and young men and women.
Absolutely. You know, a marriage license don't lie. You know, and it's not hard to find that license when we talk about him and Aaliyah, and we all know what age that was. That's a crime in itself. You know what I mean? So if you have the people and the power to make something like that happen, the enablers that he has gained over the years and the tactics and giving out the numbers and using the bodyguards and using the managers and all these little different things that he perfected over the years is just sad. And like you said, Tim, it'll still be going on today. He actually got another victim while he was going through trial in Chicago. Like literally while he was on trial.
John,
you know what I mean? got another victim, a young lady out there supporting him, holding signs, and she became a victim. 16.
Absolutely. You're 100% right. Johanna was definitely a victim. She's a nice young lady, man. I my hat goes off to her. You know, and he gets to a point, he gets his victims, he messes their mind completely up. And everybody need help in this situation, including myself. Man, I'm telling you.
We all need help.
Yeah, absolutely.
With him.
It's like a plague. It's like the corona rob.
And then you got the Stockholm. You got the Stockholm syndrome.
Absolutely.
I was walking around with Stockholm syndrome for years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Blaming myself, thinking that it was my fault.
Yeah. Absolutely. And like I said, I can just imagine, you know, when people go through wars and people been in their prisons and different situations, it's a certain bond that you have, that you gain from going through certain situations. So I can just imagine that all of you guys who has experienced this situation, this is a certain bond. This is a certain, you know, connection that you all got because y'all went through this situation.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're 100% right.
Oh man, I could just imagine. Can't nobody know the firsthand experience of going through this like you guys. You know what I mean?
You're 100% right. You know, Lizzette was definitely I mean, I call her like a firework. Like, boy, I'm telling you, she was just
a firecracker, huh?
Yes.
A firecracker.
Absolutely. I know exactly what you're talking about. She's fearless. You know what I mean? And to be quite honest, all of you guys are fearless.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes. Like, come on, man. This is not easy.
Listen, you can't. This is the takeaways from my relationship with the Savages. You can't fuck with the Savages. They'll just take you down. And that's exactly what they did. Because if
the last name speaks for itself.
He would still be around, walking around, going to the hotels, picking up young girls, spreading the disease.
Let me say this, by the way. Let me say this, by the way. If it wasn't for my wife, and I have to clearly, you know, everybody has an MVP, right? If it wasn't for my wife, let me tell you a little bit about my wife. Just a little bit. If it wasn't for my wife staying up at night, doing her research, you know, wouldn't sleep for hours in. When I say for hours in, I'm not talking about, you know, she would go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, get right back up at 6 or 7 and work on this all day.
Mm-hmm.
And then turn right back around and do the same thing for 3 years straight. And I'm not exaggerating when I'm telling you every day until she brought justice. She would not stop until she brought another victim. And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't understand. My wife take every person that was involved in this, she loves them unconditionally because she cared about their well-being.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I always said Jocelyn should have been FBI.
You're 100% right.
She could figure anything out. She cracked any motherfucking case.
Absolutely.
Put Jocelyn on the case.
Put us on the case.
Look.
It? She'll figure it out. Who done it?
You weren't playing no games. I heard it in the background telling you what to say. Hey, don't forget. Don't forget about that part. Don't forget that. You know what I'm talking about? That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
She don't play when it comes to these victims.
Yeah.
And you know, especially with these mothers, you know, when people speak out, they better know what they're speaking on because she's not gonna hold her tongue. She's gonna tell you how she feels because when people talk about people, they really need to know everything, not just piece of the puzzle. You know, like I said, it was more than the 16 to 20 people that was on the documentary. It's hundreds and thousands of women, and I guarantee you, we didn't talk to about 100 of them plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's no lie, that's no story, that's the
no
fact.
Smoke. That's facts.
Right. That's facts. And Jocelyn, she's passionate about when people talk and say, you know, mothers was backstage or had their daughters backstage. Because let me tell you, my wife was backstage with her daughter, and I'm telling you, she was strictly business. And you know, when somebody say stuff like that, that pushes the heart, you know. And some people say a hit dog holler. Sometimes a hit dog holler is because they're being beat.
Yeah.
You follow me?
100%.
I agree with you 1000%. And I thought that comment that person made was totally irresponsible. She's an enabler.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's an enabler.
You know,
your wife was back there with her daughter, like you said, with your daughter, strictly business, as a mother who cares and concerned and is not going to allow her daughter to be backstage alone.
Absolutely. 100%. And that's one thing a lot of people don't understand. You know, everybody's not a groupie. Everybody's not here to worship R.Kelly. You know, if you're doing business, just like any business that you attend to, whether you're a car salesman, whether you're an airline pilot, whether you are a nurse, you know, you're conducting your business. You know, and so happen a lot of people just don't know what that means. And that's sad because they always try to paint a narrative that is not true.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you are here and you got to tell us the truth.
Yes, ma'am. Anytime.
And your truth is, to me, all that matters. Ain't
right.
No time for no beehive, you know, the fake narratives.
Absolutely.
This right here is the truth. And I'm so grateful for you.
I call the truth in the raw and the facts.
That's right. And we are so grateful to you. We're so grateful that you came on this platform, and you know how much I care about you and Jocelyn.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think about you guys, and your daughter is right here in my heart. And I just pray that she hears that message, because what you said was beautiful to her.
Yeah, I hope so. And you know, one thing about it, you never holds any punches. Whoever you interview. So
that's right.
Thankful. You know, a lot of people don't know. You know, when you're doing an interview, you don't need to hold any punches. And I told you guys that. Don't hold any punches. I'm gonna give you what you want.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you the facts.
You said we can ask you anything. Like
anything.
Like you didn't come with no list. You didn't say you wasn't ducking no smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And we respect that, man. You know what I mean? And that, again, that just speaks volumes to your courage. You know what I'm saying? You and your family, how y'all just continue to push the envelope, to create these conversations, to create justice. And again, you still don't have your daughter, and you still fighting. Like at this point, if don't nobody understand at this point, it's not for them to understand. It's bigger than them. And I commend you and your family, brother. You know what I mean? For everything you've been through and continue to go through, man. It will get better. And again, we appreciate you coming through.
And we're praying for y'all.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anytime.
Tell us something that we don't know about you.
Let me think. You know, I'm an open book. It ain't too much.
Any quirky things, anything that you do that people don't know?
Oh. Well, I used to write music too.
Oh.
Okay.
So that's the reason why my daughters like music.
Okay.
Right. I didn't know that.
Yep. I used to write music also. So that's the reason why. Jocelyn, I'll tell you one thing about Jocelyn. Jocelyn, when we first moved to Atlanta, Jocelyn was very excited to do music. Sometimes she would have her moments where she didn't want to do music, but most of the time she did. And, you know, we never thought about Jalen. Jalen was the one that really enjoyed music and writing music. Jalen can write, she can sing. She has all the talents of everything that you can imagine. Wow. So all my girls, even Jory, I didn't know that neither.
Oh,
Jory is into music. Now, does she take that path? I don't know. I mean, will I support her? Yes. Because at the end of the day, anytime you have a passion, you just need to move with it, regardless.
Absolutely.
Nobody can change your passion. Even with this mess that went on today, I still will support Jory, whatever passion she wants, because she likes to run track and she likes to sing and stuff like that. So whatever she wants to do, I'm gonna be a dad. That's
Sky is the limit. It's just they can do whatever they want. They have wonderful parents.
Absolutely. Oh, let me tell y'all something too. Nobody know this. Never know this. And I'm about to see some pictures.
All right.
So I can show you, I can tell you facts. These are facts. Jocelyn was a DJ.
Oh,
a real
fact.
DJ. She had DJ
That
equipment.
is a fun fact.
Yes. I mean,
we talking about scratching and mixing? Like,
yeah.
What was her DJ name?
I don't know if y'all gonna be able to post this or not, but I'm gonna send y'all a picture of her DJ.
We're gonna post it.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you a picture of her DJ. Her name was DJ Savage Life.
Oh no, not the Savage Life.
I gotta see that picture, Tim. I gotta
she
see
was
that
good at it too, man. Sure did.
That
was crazy.
You're going to have to send us that in picture, so we're going to insert it right here. Right now, we're going to drop the picture. Right there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's somebody, nobody knows that. I mean,
I love
people that know her.
I love it.
That's crazy.
That is so cool.
That's
oh my God, Jocelyn was a DJ.
Absolutely.
It makes sense. The music is just in the bloodstream.
The family.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I'm gonna send that picture to you though.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna insert it.
We're gonna insert it right here in everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. That's amazing, man. Man, you inspiring, brother. You know what I mean? Because your family done went through so much in the limelight, in the public, brother, and to see you here still smiling, still reflecting, still striving, man. I know it's motivational for the culture. It gives people who are out here who going through similar situations, maybe not as public as you and your family, but they're going through it.
I have a strong backbone. Yeah, that's all. That's my wife. I have a strong backbone.
Say that. Yeah.
Without that, I'm stuck.
That part.
She gonna correct me when I'm wrong. She gonna correct me when I'm right.
Yeah.
Whichever way, she gonna correct me, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Either way, I'm right. It's a win-win situation.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So we gonna thank you. We ain't gonna take up too much more of your time, brother. You know what I mean? Consider this your home away from home, man. Anytime you got anything you want to talk about, you or your family, you're more than welcome to come through, man, because this is where we want to address the culture and let everybody know the truth. You know what I mean? So just
tell them the facts always stand. When you say the truth, there's always something in between that.
Yeah.
When you say facts, like the court said, judge said, I don't want to hear the truth. I don't want to hear this. I want to hear facts.
Yeah.
Show me the evidence.
Yeah.
Show you the evidence.
Yeah. That's why. And you definitely did that. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
You definitely did that, brother. So again, we appreciate you. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, no worries. Appreciate y'all. Anytime y'all want me to come on, just let me know. I got you.
All right, brother.
Bam.
We'll be calling.
We definitely will. You know what I mean? And we gonna be talking about other stuff, Tim, because I see what type of time you got. You know what I'm saying up there. You know, so we
listen.
You know what I'm saying?
I have a lot of cars, brother.
Yeah.
I need a car.
I have a lot of cars. I mean, I got a toy car up here, probably worth about $1,500.
Say that.
Hold on, I'm gonna pick it up, just show you one of them.
Okay.
Right.
These cars are worth about $1,500.
I want to see. I love Tim. This is a great interview.
Yes, it is. You know what I mean? Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, you talking about the custom joints?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
This is just one of them, bro.
How many you got, man?
I got about 3 of them.
Yeah, so is that's one of your hobbies that you do in your spare time?
Yeah, that car goes about 85 miles an hour.
Wow. Oh, so you racing them?
Yeah. And then not long, I got a classic. I got 89 GT. I got a Mercedes. I got, motorcycles. I got wife got BMW. We got all type of stuff going on.
Yeah. That's
you
dope
deserve
that you
it.
Yeah, she took the words out of my mouth.
You deserve
some
that
type
and
of
more.
enjoyment. Yeah.
I do a lot of little things. I'm a car fanatic now.
Yeah.
That's one thing I am.
Yeah. That's dope,
awesome.
Bruh. That is amazing, man.
I like to see you smiling happy.
Oh, I thank you. Lord have mercy. I know I like to see myself smiling. I'd be more having my daughter come home. Lord have mercy.
Oh my God. We're going to throw a huge party in every state.
I know.
We gonna put that energy out in the atmosphere that she's gonna see this and she's gonna feel the love from her family. And we're gonna make that, we're gonna hopefully make that happen, man.
Yeah, come here, George. Now she up here. Come here. Come here, George. She came on here. Come here. Now you gotta come here now. Come on. Come on over here. Come here. Come here. You take look at pictures. Come on. Come on over here. She got a shirt on. She come here. Come on. You gotta come on.
Come on, Jory.
Look at her. She don't come here. I'm about to grab her. Come here. Come here, girl.
Aww, she's such a cutie. Cutie pie. I remember New York.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She being special.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, we thank you for your time, Tim. You know what I mean? Right. And before we get up out of here, let everybody know, you know what I mean, where we can find you, your social media handles, you know what I mean? And if there's any lasting words that you want to say to the people that's watching and even your daughter, again, or family, anything you want to say, man, let them know, Tim.
Of course, my social media is Timothy T. Savage on Instagram. We also have Timothy and Jocelyn, the Savage Family, on YouTube, which we haven't touched that in a while. But the most important thing what I want people to know is that I love my daughters and I love my wife, and nothing can change that. No matter what type of narrative they try to put out, I've always loved these girls unconditionally. And I got an English bulldog. I love him too.
Aww. We need a picture of him too, by the way.
Yeah, he's special. I've been hold up now. I'm gonna say this not done yet. We're gonna go ahead and go. The English bulldog was actually the girl's dog. So I hopefully one day, he's 10 years old, by the way. Hopefully one day Jocelyn will come back and see her dog. Because it was Jocelyn, Jalen, and Jory's dog.
We're gonna post a picture.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she needs to come see her dog.
Yes, the doggy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
He's still kicking around. Normally he's been he's 10 years old. He's waiting on her to come home. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
He's waiting like the rest of us.
Like everybody. You know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah, he's 10 years old, brother. So I was like, man, this dog here, he got to be waiting on Jocelyn. No, they only have a lifespan of 9 years. He's 10 years old. He's still kicking.
Shit.
Oh yeah. He got some purpose.
He's waiting on joy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
Man. I guess I'm getting tired, y'all. I'm
okay.
going to sleep.
All
right.
Thank you, love.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Have a good
Thank you so much.
We'll talk to you next.
All
we'll
right.
talk to you again, brother.
Much love.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Talk about standing for stuff.
Fearless. She's
Come
fearless.
On,
she's not only a silence breaker, she's an author 2 times. She's funny as hell, and she's just a real one.
There was a part of the story when I talked about coming back from Dallas, him picking me up from the airport, and how he beat me in the back seat of the vehicle. And in the headline on one of the blogs, it's very popular, I'm not going to name, it said, R.Kelly ex-girlfriend says that he kicked her in the back seat of his car and said, bitch, stay out of my business.
Okay, so I'm a girl, so I'm going to ask a girl question.
All right.
What are you looking for in a partner? First thing that comes to your mind.
First thing that came to my mind, Girth.
What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Lady Luck, and I'm here with the homie Big Wall, and you are now tuned in to Address the Culture, where we're addressing everything in the culture. Keep it locked.
Addressing the culture, I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture, I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture, I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture, I'm addressing the culture. We gon' talk about it. Come address the culture, we gon' talk about it. Come address the culture, we gon' talk about it. Come address the culture, we gon' talk about it. Come and address the culture, huh?
Young and AZ, man. Stay tuned in, man. We just getting started, man. We addressing the culture.
I just wanted to say that I'm just blown away.
Yeah.
That was a wonderful interview.
It was. It was. And it was a lot of things that I wasn't aware of. You know what I mean?
Same here.
That he spoke about that definitely gives more light to their story and their journey. You know what I mean? And it was powerful. And like I said, I know you guys got a special bond that won't nobody understand by going through this together. You know what I mean? So it's dope that he was able to come on the platform and, you know, speak his truth, aka facts, like he said.
His
you know what
facts.
I mean? Yeah.
He was dropping facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And things that I hadn't even really known, which is like crazy to me. But you know, I love the fun fact that Jocelyn was a DJ.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and that it's a lot of stuff, like even just Tim writing music,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And the whole journey, and it just makes you understand why she wanted to pursue music, and everything, and how she was able to fall up under that control by chasing her dreams. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that her whole
family even with such a wonderful family, parents that were, you know, really involved heavily in her life. She still fell into the hands of a predator. Yeah,
yeah.
You know.
You know what? Like I said, man, we're gonna put that good energy out there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And hopefully she will return home soon.
She will.
You know what I mean? Absolutely.
We're gonna manifest that.
Yes, we're gonna put that out there in the air, you know, in the world, so we can receive some of that good energy back. Now, y'all heard from us. We want to hear from you. Like, comment, subscribe, join us, tap in. Anytime we drop any kind of content, you'll be the first one to get it. You already know we appreciate you coming through to spend time with myself as well as Lizzette right here on Let's Talk. So until next time, I'm your boy, Big Wall.
And I'm your girl, Lizzette.
And this is Let's Talk. And like I always say, your culture makes you who you are, so make sure they respect it. We're going to catch you on the next episode. We up out of here.
All you gotta do is hush, you ain't gotta say much when you make that right connection. If you wanna double up, keep the money in the tuck, I can point you in the right direction. I can never get enough, all I got is us, I speak the true confession. Everything goes smooth cause I stay on the move and make them right connections. All you gotta do is hush, you ain't gotta say much when you make them right connections. If you wanna double up, keep the money in the tuck, I can point you in the right direction. I can never get enough, all I got is us, I speak the true confession. Everything goes smooth cause I stay on the move and make them right connections.
What's going on with you, Lizzette? How you doing?
It's our first episode. And I got my drink ready to go.
You know what I mean? Jane, don't know the man going crazy.
I'm just really proud of it. I'm getting a lot of good, great feedback.
So when I was in the group Dream, I was a teenager. We were surrounded by a lot of toxicity. So,
oh, hell. You don't have to explain as to why you didn't do or why you didn't do this or why you didn't do that.
And it was because of my husband standing there as my pillar of strength. That would be, the ultimate is to have my life back.
Addressing the culture, I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture, I'm addressing the culture, huh?